Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to apologize for the lighting ahead of time. If it fluctuates throughout this, apparently there's just a storm rolling in out of nowhere on this beautiful Friday afternoon. So today what I wanted to do was get into it more with a little bit of my stationery. So I literally just thought that I would share with you guys my top 10 stationery items. Now, I'm not gonna lie, off the bat, this is just going to be the things that I gravitate towards the most or that I'm most drawn to, because it's pretty much impossible for me to rate what I love the most because I love a lot of things. So let's just get started. What I'm gonna show you is in no particular order because again, I could never choose. I love all these things with my whole heart. Also, I just want to throw this in. This is my Hydro Flask. My wonderful cousin Katie got this for me, and the only reason it wasn't in my what's in my backpack is because I literally take it out and refill it all the time. So I want to say a special thank you to Katie for keeping me hydrated because I love water and I'm always drinking water, but this just encourages me to drink more water because I love the bottle and keeps it so cold. Literally the ice just melted that was in it from yesterday. So, and this is my favorite color. I love blue, like I did mention in my last video. Okay, so I'm gonna get started, and what I'm gonna start with is yet another pencil pouch. Okay, I know guys, I showed like the 3 pencil pouches that I had in my backpack. But this one just came in the mail from Amazon because I could not help myself. Like I said, I do a lot of different things, so I have a pencil pouch that keeps a lot of my colored highlighters and colored pens, so I kind of like to differentiate so I know what I'm grabbing, that I'll always have a pencil, a pen to grab for, and then most of the pouch is designated to something else. So this one I've kind of got as my all-in-all pencil pouch, but mainly targeted towards my bullet journal. So this one's really, really cool because it has a zipper on the top so it opens, and when you open it you see kind of just like this general reservoir of things that you can put, and it even has really cool like side pockets. So I love that. But what is also awesome is that when you open up the front, there's a flap, so at the bottom you have pen storage for maybe like your most used things, ruler, but you can also access the things from the top. So this was really cool. I thought it was really unique. It's from Amazon, and one of my good friends, Huda, she actually suggested that I, link the things in my description box, just in case any of you like them as well, that you have access to them. So I'll at least list the things that I have in the bio or the description box and then where I got them. If I can't find a link specifically, I'll at least show you, like, write down what I showed you. So this pencil pouch is like my new favorite. I love that yellow one that it's also from Amazon, that I had for my backpack. So this is one of my first things, a pencil pouch. Again, I have a lot of pencil pouches, but I love them. Okay, next thing is I'm going to show you, again, it's kind of just like a general category. Me trying to reevaluate and see if I actually have 10 things, but I'm sure. This is just brush pens. So one of my absolute favorite is this Pentel Sign Pen, and you have to make sure that it's the flexible nib, so it's an actual brush nib versus like just a fine tip pen. I get these at a bunch of different, I think I got my first pack from Target, but they do sell them individually at Michael's, and Michael's always has coupons, so this one is one of my absolute favorites. This is my go-to, besides a different Tombow one, which I think I showed in my last video as well. The big Tombow dual tip, which I mentioned before, and then these. Okay guys, I was telling you how much I love the Zebra mild liner highlighters. Well, just recently, like literally this month, they came out with these in the US, and then they're the Zebra mild liner brush pens. So they have the same colors that the highlighters come in. Oh, fender. So these, but in a brush pen form, and I'm obsessed. They're a larger tip, so larger tips are a little bit more flexible, so like the Tombow, and they write a bit bigger. So what's really cool is it's a clear tip on the front, so if you have them with your highlighters, you can differentiate pretty easily. So like, it's huge, but they have those beautiful like muted pastel colors, which I love. But also on the other side, it does come with a fine tip nib as well. So I mean, there's endless possibilities. Guys, I could not say enough good things about the Zebra mild liner range of everything. Like, if you see it, just grab it because it's a go. Especially if you like brush lettering. Is that the little, yep. Okay, so those are the brush pens that I wanted to say. Other things that I feel like everybody is kind of like, they know exist, and if you were like me a couple years ago, I was like, what is even the purpose of this? So it's washi tape. So washi tape is just like a decorated tape. Honestly, you can use it to paste things into your planner, your bullet journal. I mean, really anywhere. I use washi tape, like even to put things up on the wall. I mean, really anything. So there's like a cute little, ooh, a little succulents, potted plants one. I have like this just plain gold dots. A thicker, chunky like camo. I mean, you just never know. There's so many options with this stuff. You can find it almost anywhere. And sunflower. Excuse me. Sunflower is actually my favorite flower, so I'm immediately drawn to anything with that. So these are just some of my washi tapes that I love. And I feel like you could always use washi tape for something. Another thing that is actually going to tie into another one of my items is this Tombow permanent adhesive roller. So I actually found this from another YouTuber. Her name is Jenny Journals, and I love her. Like, she's inspired me to try so many different things. Actually, a couple things in here were inspired by hers. So this is really good and universal. I use it for making my own note cards for school, which I'll again speak about in a little bit, but it's just super easy and friendly to use. You can paste anything anywhere. Like, honestly, you can paste like your Polaroids into your journal. You can paste Polaroids onto a folder, onto a binder, like anything. And again, I'll explain a little bit more, but they have permanent, they have like a less sticky version. They have one that's like a dotted version. So I just think it's really cool and convenient rather than trying to carry around like a tape dispenser. So you just roll it on and it's super sticky. I love it. To elaborate more on my last, oh, it's fine guys, it was $1.50. I have some more sticky notes. So I have a lot of different colors. This one I thought was really cool. I got this at the Japanese dollar store, like everything's $1.50 in there. And went with another good friend, Mariel, love her so much. She was just literally like, everything in here is $1.50 and a lot of it is stationery, so it was kind of like a bad idea to go in there. But I really did pretty well. I don't remember actually what else I got besides this. But I got some craft paper. Okay, my nail also just popped off, so ignore my index fingers. I will fix them some point. So craft paper, and then I also got some black ones. How fun is that? I know you guys are probably like, but what are you gonna write on it with? Well, if you remember, as I'm trying to find them, those white jelly rolls that I also mentioned in that last video work really well on this. Maybe if I find it and I can write on it, I'll insert a little picture. So I got some more sticky notes. Again, I can't survive without sticky notes. I feel like they're so functional, but they can also be super cute, and you can make them really creative. So they don't have to be just boring for lists. Like, you can do a lot with sticky notes. Next thing I put on here is kind of like an oddball because it's a little bit more on the creative side. This is a little watercolor tin set. So, like I said, I am a crafting enthusiast. I really want to dabble in all types of crafts, and painting is one that I'm just so fascinated by it. I could sit there and watch like time-lapse videos all day about people painting. So this is a pastel watercolor like little tin. So I love this guy. I believe I got him at Hobby Lobby. But it's super cool because say you have like a tiny sketchbook and you want to take it and go sit at Starbucks or in the park and just it's really convenient. So you just grab a little brush and a little water and you got it in here. So watercolor, again, I feel like it's super easy to integrate it into different things. You can make, you know, anything more fun and colorful. But since it is watercolor, it's not so harsh and pigmented, and I feel like you have a lot more leeway to experiment rather than feeling like you're gonna mess up because there's really no right or wrong, you know, just add a little bit more water. Next thing is gonna seem a little weird because it's brand new, not opened yet. I've actually had this, I got this at the beginning of the month and I got it because of the color. I'm not even gonna lie. This is that epitome of that blush pink dusty rose color that I told you guys I'm obsessed with. Like, yes, favorite color blue, but also this. Does that make sense? So I got this Moleskine journal because I've actually never owned a Moleskine, and I've heard really good things. I just had purchased that Leuchtturm for my first bullet journal, but this one's actually just a ruled journal. Okay, try and say that. It's not the easiest. So I could not resist. I had to get it, and I'm gonna find a use for it. I just don't know yet, but I'll have it on hand. Do you know what I'm saying? So I love this guy. Actually, she's a girl. I don't know her name yet. Well, maybe it's a guy because my other one's Linda. Off topic. Anyway, another cool thing that's going to tie into this is my next one, which is, it's got a lot of supplies actually. So there's a little heat gun that looks like a tiny like hair dryer, and then heat embossing powder. So this one is one of like my most used golds. I also have this pink that I think I've used once or twice. I like to do a lot of like customization things with these types of things. And then what's really cool is that you can buy this pen. So it's basically like a glue pen. So I'm gonna put that down and not just like caress it, you know. So what you can do is you can actually write with this. So it's got a brush tip and it's got a fine tip. So you can really write things, and then you pour the powder over top, and then you heat fix it with the heat gun, and then you've got like a customized journal, which I think is so cool. It's so easy. It can be messy if you don't know how to do it right away, which I definitely didn't. I kind of just I just watch YouTube videos just to learn how to do things, not even gonna lie. So what is really important about this is the little anti-static pouch. So whatever you're about to heat emboss, you want to run this over, and it kind of like leaves a little powder behind, so that when you pour the powder on top of the sticky and you dust it off, it doesn't stick to where you don't want the powder to stick, if that made sense at all. So another really cool thing is that if you don't want to write anything, but maybe say you have a stamp, you can actually take the stamp, stick it into the clear ink, if you will. You can also use it with colored ink just as well, and then you can actually pour the powder over your stamped project and then heat emboss that. So even if you feel like you don't have cute handwriting, you can always do pre-made stamps and just customize. I love customization and just making things like your own, which is one of my favorite things about stationery. So that's why I'm obsessed. I feel like I just talked so fast. Okay, excuse me. My next thing is kind of large actually, so I'm going to get, okay, cardstock. I know. Guys, this is like only one of my containers. I keep these actually underneath my bed, and I just store all colors of cardstock. Now again, limitless possibilities with this stuff. You can do so many different kinds of crafts, but for me, this is how I make my note cards. Oh, here's a thumbnail. Okay, that was, oh, I'm definitely gonna have to edit that out. So with this cardstock, I'll actually take my little paper cutter and make little note cards. A lot of people, like my classmates, will be like, Elizabeth, are you serious? Well, first of all, I keep them in like these little cubed stacker thingies that you can just like lock, and I kind of separate them by subject. So like I said, I'm a nursing major, and I study a lot of anatomy and physiology. So how I made it through those classes is, one of my big things is cards. So these cards, I do them color-coded based off of chapter and subject. So say even now, I can just look at these, and I know that this light gray is all terms from the endocrine system. So again, I would do this, and I would use my little Pentel Sign Pen, and I just sign that. And people really were like, okay, you're taking way too long to do your cards. But it actually goes pretty quick because, again, I just cut out the cardstock. I cut some printer paper to glue on so that when I'm doing the activity, like with my students that I'm a supplemental instructor for, and they hold it up on their heads, they can't see through it, which I'm sure you couldn't with this cardstock either, but these just look a lot cleaner. And then I just quickly write the word with this. And actually, while I'm making the cards, I'm also really reading about what the word I'm writing is, so it's studying while I'm making the cards. So I'm a big believer in these. Like I said, with my study group, we would play Taboo all the time. So just like I demonstrated, you know, you're with your group, you pick a card up, you put it on your head, and then your group's trying to describe and explain the word to you without saying the word, obviously. And so it's really cool because that person is actually having to recall the information from their brain and explain it to you, and you have to kind of put it together. So I'm obsessed. I will always make these cards no matter what. I mean, again, color coded. I try to do pastels for lab, and then I did darker, more opaque colors for lecture material stuff. So it works really, really well for me, and I'm obsessed. Okay, number 10. I'm gonna count it. I count a lot of things as stationery, like I said, that just I can use to craft and customize things that make, you know, my daily tasks more enjoyable and colorful and just make me happy to look at. So my last thing I'm going to mention is stickers. So what I do is I actually design like my own stickers. Honestly, a whole semi. I design my own stickers. So the iPad that I showed you in my last video, I use an app inside that's called Procreate. So let me just open. So just right up here, we have Procreate. Like, what did I draw last? So what I'll do is I'll take little designs like this, and I'll duplicate them, I'll doodle, and then I make multiple so I can fit them in a sheet. So those are some that I haven't printed just yet. Let me show you my favorites. I love this sticker. So this was actually a doodle that I drew last year, like last fall sometime, before I even started making stickers. But then I duplicated the doodle. Well, that's fun to say. I duplicated it and actually made it to the size to where I can just print them out, and then I have a Cricut machine that will cut them. So what I can show you this sticker in action, because I actually put it on the back of my iPad. So I have these just pasted kind of everywhere because, again, I love customization, and I just have like a clear OtterBox on the back. So I put my little floral line art sticker back there. I also have a few of my stickers on my computer. I have them on my skincare fridge. So what's really cool is, again, I actually got the idea and all of the supplies and how to do this from Jenny Journals, who I mentioned earlier with, again, she inspires me a lot. So she mentioned these online labels. So what you just order it literally from onlinelabels.com, and I ordered like a whole bunch of like matte white and glossy sheets, and then you just print your design onto here, and then you tell your Cricut where to cut, and then you just have stickers. So again, I've used up all my flower ones, but I have like these little sheets that are all the same ones, that are missing a few of each. But I just really love this, and I've done this for gifts for a few people, and I think it's just so cute and personable. I mean, even if people don't love stickers, you can't deny that it's fun to do. So stickers, I love stickers, and I love that I get to customize them and not just buy them. Even though there's so many cute ones, I love to like buy them too, but I'm much more prone to drawing them myself, printing them and cutting them out. So that was my top 10 favorite stationery items / projects that I do with the items. Again, I have a lot more. I really tried to stop myself from just really showing my whole desk because it is a bit of a mess right now. You know, school semester just started, so we're trying to get our lives together. But I just wanted to sit down and film another video because I just really wanted to say thank you for all the support and love that you guys have shown me since I posted my first video. And honestly, it means the world to me because I really just sat down on a whim after wanting to do it for so long and just didn't let myself give myself any more excuses. Just sat down, did it, and posted it on social medias before I could overthink it. So I'm just really, really thankful, and I appreciate all of you so much. I think this is just going to be a really good outlet for me, and just again, I just can't wait to like look back on this, you know, years from now and just always have this as like a video journal. So thank you guys so much again for watching. I really appreciate you, and thank you for subscribing and commenting, and you just make my day. So I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video.